Good afternoon again. Just going to give you a quick update on Es'hail-2, where we are. Start from the beginning with frequencies, look at transmission modes, and then coordination. Excuse me now. That's not going to work. Okay. Frequencies. Many of you have seen this. We're looking at 2405, more or less, as the centre of the TV uplink, with 10495 as the centre of the downlink. So we have 8 megs of TV bandwidth there to play with, literally. Modes-wise, we can use any mode we like, really, although it would not be sensible to do so. It's an 8 meg linear transponder. There are lots of choices of modes. The preferred mode will be DVB-S2, and the higher the modulation mode, the better, so 32 APSK. The problem is with that, you need a lot of power or lots of signal to noise ratio to receive that properly. So I think quite a few people will end up running DVB-S2, 8PSK or even QPSK. Occupied bandwidth, you can trade the occupied bandwidth against power. So let's have a look at that. The initial link budget suggests that you would need 100 watts into a 2.4 metre dish to fill the transponder. But we would not want anyone to fill the transponder because it's a shared resource. So looking down at the 1 meg or half meg occupied bandwidth, I think is sensible. And in 1 meg, if you have 1 megasymbol pictures just slightly over 1 meg, that is very good moving pictures in SD, and it's acceptable in HD. So you could get away with 50 watts into a 1.2 metre dish, which is quite doable in your average garden. Your neighbours may not even complain too much about their Wi-Fi on that much. So certainly my first transmissions will be reduced bandwidth TV, 333 kilosymbols at a slightly lower power level, and I think that will be adequate. But we then end up with lots of people who can't talk to each other transmitting into Es'hail-2. So people don't know what's coming down. So the BATC are working to create a web viewer with a jack facility so we can have some idea of what's on there. The spectrum monitor, you may have noticed the template looks a bit like DXBot-TV, except instead of a map we have a spectrum view. The chat room on the right, exactly the same function as DXBot-TV. I'm transmitting 2 megasymbols, 8 PSK on 2407.0. That sort of information, so that people then know with their mini tuner what parameters to set to decode that transmission, and then they get the reports back in the chat window. And then in the spectrum monitor, you'll be able to see their signal there. So we're working on this. We've got the hardware together. We have outline agreement that it will be hosted at Goodley Earth Station down in Cornwall. And we hope to have this up and running before the satellite is up and running. The monitoring station will be based around an air spy on the back of a normal LNB. If necessary, we'll use a virtual private server to mirror it off-site, so we hopefully don't have any capacity issues, but we're sizing it initially for 200 users. We've covered quite a bit about S2 already during the day, and I think either using a DATV Express, a Lime SDR, or one of the other SDRs is going to be the way to get stuff. Generate DVB-S2 for spectral efficiency here. Normal downlink reception, a fixed 80 centimetre dish should work with a decent LNB. And it's within the passband of most consumer LNBs. Remember, it's the different polarity from the narrowband section. Narrowband selection section is opposite polarity on the downlink. It's the same polarity on the uplink. Generating your transmitted signal. Two options, I think. First option, either you can up-convert using a conventional narrowband 13 cent up-converter, up-convert from 437, say. There are some commercial solutions available from Kuna and plenty of home-built ones. Second option is to come straight out of your DATV exciter board at 2405 MHz. DATV Express will do this. Portsdown will do this about -7 dBm. You don't need an awful lot of gain there, but it will do it. There was talk of modifications to the DTX1. I think that's not really gone anywhere. It can be modified, but it's quite tricky. But all of these solutions need a decent linear amplifier on the end, and that needs to be very decent to keep the shoulders down. Okay, what you've probably all been waiting for, the launch date. As far as we can tell, none of the online predictions are based on fact. That there was talk it was going to be the June the 28th mission, but that is a Dragon resupply for the space for the ISS, so that seems very unlikely. Current betting is that it will be Q3 of this year to be in use, and this was from the guys on the Qatar Amateur Radio Society stand today. They said in use before the end of the year. And that was post, commissioning would be complete by the end of the year. That's what they told me today. And it all seems to be coming together for that sort of solution. So, what to do? Get your transmission and receiving ready. Test it terrestrially. Get out there on a hilltop with your 2.4 gig transmitter and a 2.4 gig receiver, and test it with other people, get used to using it, make sure it works. Let's activate the bands anyway. And we'll be patient and wait for the thing to launch. But it's all looking hopeful. I've stood here and said that many times. Any questions about Es'hail?
How about the chance to use an existing dish for Astra with multi-LNB configuration?
The question was, can we use an existing dish for Astra with multi-LNB configuration? The answer is yes.
Well, it depends which Astra, doesn't it?
Yes.
Sorry, Astra TV system.
There are two lots of Astra. There's an Astra series that serves the UK, which is at 28. So that's only 2 degrees apart, 26. And there is an Astra series that serves Europe, which is at 19.2.
So that won't work. I don't think it would work.
That will not work as well. it will, you will get a signal, but I'm not sure how good it will be.